when you talk about taking responsibility for your own learning and growth, there's a certain element of motivation underlying a lot of this. And I was just wondering if you have any insight on how to either find that motivation or how to cultivate it in others if you're thinking about maybe a leader trying to cultivate that motivation to learn and develop among their team.
Sure. I think it's hard. There's, obviously we balance on the one hand, all of us, in a set of passions, things that drive us, that naturally motivate us, that we find exciting. And on the other hand, we have kind of a sense of inertia of, it's easy to remain in your comfort zone. It's easy to avoid hard work. It's easy to not take responsibility for your own learning and growth. And so there's this kind of play between this kind of larger sense of who we'd like to be and this excitement that comes through taking on new challenges and through exploring our passions, and then a sense of inertia that maybe drags on that. And I think that one of the things that helps people in this process is that it is exciting when we feel like we are really learning new things or developing a part of ourselves in a way that's successful. And so if you go back to this idea of adequate support and appropriate challenge, when someone really finds that balance, it can be a very exciting moment because you start to have small successes in which things that maybe you didn't think were possible or in a part, something you always kind of wanted to do but never had the chance to develop in yourself, and you start to do it and you start to become better at it, and there's an inherent reward to that I think is very motivating. To give a concrete example, if you are terrified of public speaking, this is something that if you start to take small steps to try to work on your capability, you try to do practice, you start to do presentations and first in front of maybe just you in the mirror, then maybe with some people that you really trust and you know they're not going to attack you if you do it wrong. And slowly you start to practice, you start to gain a sense of competency. All of a sudden you realize that something that used to give you a lot of fear is no longer quite as fear-provoking. And that's incredibly rewarding, and it's interesting, and it's exciting. And so as leaders, when we help people to explore things and to find those small successes, to find that appropriate balance between challenge and support, but also to connect with their passion points. All of that helps us, I think, to really take that responsibility that's ultimately required for us to continue to grow and develop.